What's up, guys? It's Dwayne back again for another video, back again for a reaction, and today's a great, wonderful, beautiful, amazing day because it's a Finland day. How to survive winter in Finland and enjoy it. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. Let's go.
Studies, you might have heard that the winters here are cold and dark. The cold winters are in fact one of the biggest shocks for most international students and expats, and it's something that you really need to be prepared for. So that's why in this video I will share with you a bunch of tips on how to survive and also enjoy the Finnish winter like a boss.
Before we get in, yeah, that is a situation. Imagine you're like, you know what, I love the sound of Finland, the universities look great, the culture looks amazing, and arriving during the winter, because I think, does your school year start in September like ours does? It does in the UK. But imagine arriving in September, like summer's over, and you're about to hit winter, and all of a sudden you have like massive amounts of snow. That must be such a cultural shock, especially if you're from a warmer climate country. Even if you're from the UK, I think that would be quite shocking. So yeah, let's see how you survive winter in Finland. Let's go. Oh, stunning though. Really nice. I've never been skiing. Would love to try.
So what's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's Oliver here. Also welcome to the Levi Skiing Center. Levi is one of the northernmost and also the most popular of all skiing centers in Finland. We're spending a week here over the New Year's, and I thought this would be an excellent opportunity to share some tips about the winter in Finland. So talking of which, how do you actually survive winter in Finland, especially when the weather is like this with dark days, deep snow and temperatures reaching minus 15 or even minus 30 degrees Celsius.
Minus 30 degrees Celsius? I couldn't. I don't know if I could. And you just realised it is actually, it's January currently. So in Finland, you guys you must have short days now. Very short days, long nights, and very icy and cold conditions. How are you guys holding up? Are you staying warm? Are you indoors? Tell me what you're doing. What do you do? Do you drink hot drinks? Do you have hot water bottles? Let me know. Let me know what you guys do.
So I've already spoken about winter clothing in another video, so let's not go there. Instead, my first tip today is that you should learn to embrace the darkness itself. While the Finnish winter is long and the days are dark, there's also something magical to it, especially when there is a lot of snow on the ground like here today. So whether it's the clear starry skies, which we of course don't have currently, it's snowing during the day, the occasional northern lights, the quiet of the Finnish forest, or the opportunity to just sit in front of the fire, the Finnish winter gives you plenty of opportunities to just wind down and enjoy the moment instead of hurrying everywhere like we do in our day-to-day lives. I would also remiss not to mention the incredible beauty of the polar night. So I've mentioned polar nights in my videos before, but to summarize, polar night is a 52-day long period in the winter during which the sun does not rise above the horizon at all. The polar night only happens in the northernmost parts of Finland, for example here in Levi. This is the polar night glow. We have the sun just below the horizon. Today is actually the 1st of January 2022, and
so last year. That is beautiful. Beautiful, but so bizarre, so weird. Like, I have never experienced anything like that in my life. Like, literally no sun. The sun just stays on the horizon like it's about to rise or set, but it doesn't. It just goes back. Like, that's wow. And obviously he said it only happens in the north, but I'm guessing in the south you still only have, in some of those days, very short days. Probably about, how many hours would you say? Probably maybe four hours. Jeez. I mean, I thought, because I'm from a country that's quite north, in the northern hemisphere. Maybe I'm incorrect. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think England's in the northern hemisphere. But we have short days where the sun doesn't rise until like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, sometimes 10 o'clock, and then sets like at 4 o'clock. And for us, that is a short day. Sometimes 3:30, as early as 3:30 in that afternoon. especially where I live in the north of England. I'm from the north of England, and the days, the sun can set at 3 o'clock or 3:30, and I thought that was short. But to not have the sun rise at all, that's insane. That is insane.
And, the polar night is going to end in 2 days, so on the 3rd of January, and the sun is just below the horizon level. In 2 days it's just going to peak just over the horizon, and from there the days are going to grow longer. But what an absolutely insanely beautiful glow, and of course with all the snow-capped trees or snow-filled trees, which is emblematic or almost symbolic to the winter in Lapland. So during the polar night you get to experience the so-called blue moment, or the kaamoksen sininen hetki in Finnish. This is basically the daily moment when the sky becomes this almost hypnotic blue with different shades of green and purple that color the sky before it turns pitch black. These really are the moments that make you reflect on your busy day-to-day lives, and I really think that just, stopping and embracing these unique moments of darkness is a great way to enjoy the winter in Finland. Anyways, my next tip to surviving winter in Finland is keeping your energy levels up by exercising regularly. By the way, the local church is just ringing its bells, so don't mind about that. Anyway, even if you learn to enjoy the dark of the winter, it is still rather common that people feel tired and weary during the season, and the dark days have a tendency to drain your energy levels, especially if you commute to and back from work during the dark hours of the day. So this is why it's really crucial to exercise regularly, not only to keep yourself healthy, but also to get the energy boost that one gets when going for a run, hitting the gym, or by taking a few laps in the swimming pool. So there are...
I agree, that must be really, really important to do, because imagine just waking up, it's dark. Because I used to work in a hospital where I worked like long shifts. Sometimes actually I worked shorter shifts, like 8-hour shifts. And I used to work 12-hour shifts as well, but even 8-hour shifts, I used to go to work and it used to be dark in the morning, and then I would walk home and it would be dark walking home, and I know what that feels like, and it's not as extreme in the UK. I can't imagine what it's like living in the north of Finland and just literally it's just dark all the time. Like, how do you wake up? How does your body adjust? Like, is it called the circadian rhythm? Is that it? When your body just knows when, I don't know, maybe I'm making that word up. Let me know in the comment section. But your body has like a timer, doesn't it? Like, it knows when the sun goes up, it's time to get up. When the sun goes down, it's time to sleep. And we're really sensitive to light and darkness. And when it's dark, you get sleepy. Like, it's just, your body just knows, oh, it's dark. Soon it's time to go to bed. If it's always dark, like, you must be always tired. That's but you must adapt. I mean, if you're born in the north of Finland and you live there, it's like you have to adapt. You really do. So
There are plenty of great sports that you can do in Finland even during the winter, and all of the large cities here offer excellent public and private sports facilities where you can either continue an old hobby or start a totally new sport. So talking of exercising, another great way not to only survive but to actually enjoy the winter in Finland is by taking part in some of the popular winter activities that we have here. So downhill skiing is one of the most popular winter activities in Finland, and many Finnish people actually come to Lapland to spend their winter holidays in one of the many skiing resorts that we have here. While Finland doesn't have any mountains per se, the Finnish fells offer a great experience for anyone who is interested in downhill skiing or snowboarding. You can rent all the required gear from the skiing centers for pretty affordable prices, usually 30-40 euros per a couple of hours at a time. Every single skiing center has some kind of a basically skiing rental services where you can get skis, poles and helmets for a day, a few days, or even up to a week. And these are usually right next to the slopes and the skiing lifts, from where then you can jump right into the slopes, start skiing and enjoying the experience. Anyway,
that's pretty awesome. Is the north of Finland, is that somewhere that people from, like, say the capital, from like Helsinki, do you guys go there for just have, like, you know, as a holiday, like a skiing trip, or let's travel to Lapland and let's go skiing? Is that something you guys do? Let me know, because, you know, in the UK a a lot of people in the UK that are not from London. We travel to London and we visit London and we, you know, do the tourist stuff. Or we'll go to Scotland, maybe go to the Highlands, maybe go to the Lake District in the UK. We do all those touristy things during our summer holiday, or go to the coast, go to the seaside. So let me know if this is somewhere you guys go as like a holiday with your family. Let me know in the comment section below.
Anyways, talking of Lapland and skiing centers, while this is not a common activity for people to do in their day-to-day lives, I really recommend that you try either husky sledding or snowmobiling while visiting Lapland. It's not only a lot of fun and a unique, and I'm sure an exotic experience for many of you, but both are also excellent ways to go hunting for northern lights. In fact, most skiing centers in Lapland arrange safaris specifically to see northern lights, and while the aurora borealis are rather elusive, they are truly magical to experience if you are lucky. Alright, so another great recommendation is for you to try out either skating or ice hockey. So if you didn't know, ice hockey is the most popular sport in Finland, and you know, of course you can go and watch ice hockey games yourself, but what is even better is that every single...
I would love to see an ice hockey game. I don't know much about ice hockey. It's not the biggest game. It's not really popular in the UK at all. But yeah, I would love to see an ice hockey game. Like, I just would. Maybe I'll react to an ice hockey game on here. Let me know what I should watch. If you've got any suggestions, link me a video that I should be watching to learn about ice hockey and the culture of ice hockey in Finland.
Single municipality in Finland offers either free or extremely affordable ice hockey rinks where everyone can go and either ice skate or play hockey with their friends. Talking of which, if you have the opportunity, I highly recommend that you try something called pipolätkä, which would roughly translate to beanie hockey, which is basically a casual type of hockey played either on maintained rinks like this or, for example, on sea ice. What is really cool is that for pipolätkä you don't need any kind of special equipment, just your skates as well as your hockey stick. So as a bit of a segue from ice skating,
I've got to learn how to skate first. Not good at skating. I'm not good at skating. It's just I'm from a country that it's not warm in England, like especially now. Like, what's the temperature now? Hey Siri, what's the temperature in London? Why did I say London?
It's currently 1 degree in London, England.
It's 1 degree in London. I'm not from London. So where is it from? Where I'm from? Hey Siri, what's the temperature in Leeds?
-1 degree.
I don't know if you heard that. -1 degrees. So like the UK, it's cold. It's not a warm place during the winter. Like in January, we get cold weather. Like -1 is just, you know, that's standard from where I'm from. But we just don't have a lot of like options to go skating, to play ice hockey. We don't have a lot of options in that sense. And we have an ice skating rink in Leeds that every January, February time, we have an ice hockey in the middle of not ice hockey, an ice rink in the middle of the city. But it's so busy. There's only one, and most people don't know how to skate, which is really bad. I wish I did. How easy is it to learn how to skate? Let me know in the comment section below.
Skating, let's briefly discuss something very serious, which is walking on the ice. So this can mean walking on sea ice or any kind of a frozen lake, or in fact any kind of natural body of water. Please do not go walking, ice skating or kick sledding on the ice, especially if you're not 100% sure that the ice will carry, even if there's other people walking on the ice as well, even if that gives you the opportunity to walk in front of the residence of the Prime Minister of Finland, falling through the ice, you know, in front of the residence of the Prime Minister of Finland or the residence of the President of Finland, which is around the corner, would pretty much suck quite a bit. So every single year people drown in Finland by falling through thin ice, and this can happen even to the most experienced of people because coastal currents, rapid changes in weather, and for example shipping lanes make the ice layers around the country very unpredictable even for the best of us. So while there are ways to minimize risks when going on the ice, for example, by never going out there alone and by carrying ice picks, going on the ice still requires experience and the right tools to be done safely. So please do not take unnecessary risks, even if it seems to you that a body of water has frozen over properly.
I'm glad that he said that. That's really responsible, really, of him to actually make that clear. Like, when you come to Finland, yeah, it looks amazing. Everything's icy and cold, and all the lakes are frozen over. But don't go on the lakes because you don't know how thin the ice is if you're not experienced. It's true. It's dangerous, very dangerous. And I imagine a lot of kids, play on that ice. And I bet for parents it's quite a worrying thing. Concerning thing. I had a friend whose son died just swimming in a lake, and the lake wasn't icy. They just jumped in the lake and swam, and he just drowned in the lake. Like, lakes are dangerous and at the best of times, but imagine if it's iced over. Like, yeah, bad.
One other great activity for the winter in Lapland specifically is actually going for winter hikes or day hikes using snowshoes. And this allows you to walk on top of the snowpack, and this is actually a great way for you to do, short few-hour day hikes, for example, on top of the Finnish fjells or Finnish mountains that we have here in the northern parts of Finland. And
that's
for example here,
a really good workout. You just a whole body workout hiking through snow.
At Pallas, which is really close to the Levi skiing center, which is in the northwest part of Finland. This is a great way, if the weather is good, for you to take a one-day hike. Alright, so my next tip to survive winter in Finland is not to use water-based skincare products when going outside in deep sub-zero weather. So this is especially important if you're about to go, for example, downhill skiing, or if the winds are high enough. In these cases, the wind chill together with the low temperatures can at worst lead to frostbites, which are easily avoidable by using the right types of products and by covering your skin with proper clothing. So if you have dry skin during the winter and you do use moisturizers, which are highly recommended, by the way, even if you don't normally have dry skin, you should preferably use oil-based products. In addition, make sure that these absorb well before you go out, because this way you can make sure that the product protects your skin correctly. Also, as an additional tip, it is highly advised that you start using sunscreen already in the spring, especially when doing winter activities. So I know that this might feel counterintuitive because of the cold weather, but the sun can actually very easily burn you even in very cold weather, specifically because of the snow. In these kinds of circumstances, snow actually acts almost like a mirror, reflecting and magnifying the sunlight from every direction. So you don't have to understand more about this, just make sure to protect your skin by using proper sunscreen when the sun is out.
That makes sense. Winter sun is strong. Winter sun, if you're not from a colder climate, like you're from a hot country, you wouldn't understand, but as people that live in Europe, we understand, like, when it's winter time, the sun is strong. There's something about winter sun when it's really crisp and cold, and it's snowed, and the sun is beating down and reflecting. That's such a strong UV rays, really, really strong. So yeah, this is a really good guide. This is actually a really, really good guide. I think anyone who's going to Finland in the winter should watch this because he's given some good gems. So. This is good.
Even if it feels weird to do it in the cold. Alright, so next up, if you own a car or if you rent a car for a trip, make sure that you are prepared for winter weather. So first and foremost, by law, you have to have winter tires installed during certain months of the year. So do note that in Finland we do not use tire chains in passenger cars, and instead we have purposely built friction or studded tires for the winters. When buying a car, please make sure that the winter tires are also included, especially if you buy a car second-hand. And if not, make sure to buy a good set of winter tires before the season starts.
Do you guys drive with winter tires all year round? Or do you change them? Do you have a set of winter tires that you change during winter? Because on my German channel, by the way, I have a German channel. The link is in the description. But look at that after you watch the video. I was watching a video on Germany, and it's a legal requirement in Germany to change your tires into winter tires during the winter. I don't know if it's the same in Finland, but that's the way in Germany. And a lot of people said in the comment section that actually they have a separate fall winter tires, and they change into those winter tires for the 3 or 4 months of winter, and then they change back to their normal tires during the spring and summer and autumn, just so that they can have winter tires for a longer period of time, so you don't have to keep on changing them when they wear down. Do you know what I mean? So they don't have them on all year round. But let me know if you have your winter tires all year round, or you have a separate, spare tires. Let me know.
If you come from a country where winter isn't really a thing, you might not think that this is really necessary, but I can tell you it is absolutely necessary, as summer tires are absolutely useless during the winter, and it's actually extremely dangerous to drive, and as well as illegal, with summer tires in winter conditions.
Illegal.
Alright, so second, make sure that you have in your car a few tools that are absolutely necessary during the winter. First,
he's gonna say the scraper. What do you call that? I don't know. We have those when it's icy in the morning, and de-icer spray, which melts the ice on the windscreen. What else is it gonna say? I don't know. Those are 2 items I know everyone has in their car if you live in a colder climate.
First, you are going to need a window scraper to basically scrape your windows clean of ice. When it gets cold enough, your car windows are going to freeze from the outside, and you have to scrape them before taking off. The second tool that you will need is a snow brush that often actually doubles as a scraper in the other end. So why do you need a brush? Well, first of all, you of course need to clean out your windows from the snow before going on a drive. But in addition, you should also make sure that you brush the lights and your license plates if they're covered in snow. It's super important that you brush your lights before taking off, not only so that you can see where you're driving, but also so that cars behind you can see your driving and braking lights while on the road. This is really crucial, especially during snowfall, because the visibility on the roads can get really bad, and if your taillights are covered, it can easily lead into another car tailgating you in high speeds. Also, a final thing in terms of brushing your cars, this actually comes from fellow drivers. Please brush the snow off the roof of your car before taking off. This might not seem necessary to you, but it's actually...
It's important. It's important. I've been in a car when it's been snowing, and when they haven't cleaned the snow off the top of the car, when the car is driving, the snow falls off the back of the car, and it's dangerous. It could hit another car, and then you can't see, or it causes disruption. You need to clean it off. You just need to.
It's actually really crucial for other drivers, because if you don't brush the snow off your roof, it is going to fall off the roof while you're driving, and this can significantly lower the visibility for the cars behind you, especially on the highways in high speeds. So cleaning your car is not only polite, but it's also good practice for road safety purposes as well. So anyways, the next tool you need to have in your car is a snow shovel. So the reason for having this is rather simple. During heavy snowfall, you might actually have to dig your car out of the snow, especially if a snow plow has driven past you, because they sometimes accumulate a small amount of snow on the side of the road, blocking the cars that have been parked next to the roads. Also, of course, a shovel is really crucial in case you get into an accident, or you, for example, drive off the road and into a ditch. In these cases, having a snow shovel is pretty much the first tool to get you out of trouble, but of course it's sometimes not enough, and you need to call someone to winch you out of trouble anyway.
It's funny because we don't have, a lot of people don't have snow shovels because the snow doesn't get thick enough. It doesn't get in England you don't get that much snow. You get ice, and that's why you have the scraper. And we also have de-icer. Do you guys use de-icer? The liquid that melts the ice off. Let me know. Maybe you don't. Maybe it's too cold to have that in Finland. But yeah, shovels. Everyone has a shovel in their garage in their house, because if you do gardening, you need a garden shovel. But we don't have a winter shovel.
Anyways, so talking about accidents, one more tool that everyone should have in their car at all times is a high visibility jacket. So this is basically for a situation where you either drive off the road or have to park on the side of the road for any number of reasons. So do remember that even though most of the Finnish highways are artificially lit, the visibility is still not great, and you really want to make yourself seen to other drivers, A, in case you need any help, or B, in case you just have to spend a moment on the side of the road while other traffic is passing you in high speed. I should also know that there are a...
That's really, really important. Very, very important. My grand uncle, my grandma's brother, passed away because he stopped his vehicle. I think it was a truck. Got out his truck I think he was helping somebody, or there was I can't remember the exact specific reasons, but he got out of his truck on a highway and he was hit because someone didn't see him. So it's very important to be seen when you stop your vehicle and you're on a highway. So
are a bunch of unlit roads, especially in the northern parts of Finland, which makes driving, for example here in Lapland, even more precarious, especially for those who are not experienced in driving during the winter. One more random point: if you do not have any experience in driving in winter conditions, or you've never owned a car in a country where you actually have snowfall, please practice driving in winter conditions before embarking on long road trips in Finland during the winter, because conditions like these that we have actually right now, this can actually become really dangerous if you don't know what you're doing and you have no experience. For example, right now it's really difficult to figure out where the lanes are going, and it's really difficult to see the car in front of you. So yeah, just make sure that you have enough experience in driving during the winter before embarking on long road trips in Finland during the winter. Alright, so now that you...
Yes, it's bad. It's actually quite scary driving through snow and the snow just coming at you, and then all of a sudden your visibility is just really poor. Scary.
Know a bunch of ways that you can enjoy winter in Finland. Next, I recommend that you watch this video where I explain all the different things that you need to know in order to survive winter in Finland. Thanks again.
That was really, really good. How to survive in Finland like a pro. And this is how to survive winter in Finland and enjoy it. And it's actually very helpful for somebody that's moving to Finland or has never been to Finland and they're planning on renting a car and driving through snow. I would not recommend that, I don't think. I don't think it looks safe for anyone that's not used to it, but people will do what people do. So I think this is a really good guide. And yeah, Finland is not to be messed with. You guys are not to be messed with when it comes to winter and snow and ice. It's the real deal. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Until the next one, I will see you very soon.